on. Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Geek Bytes podcast. This is episode 104. I'm Ramon Mejia.
I'm Edgardo Acosta.
And every podcast we bring you the round of the week's best geek and tech news. We discuss that news and, of course, anything else that we're interested in that week. In the geek news this week,
we will talk about PewDiePie. Excuse me. PewDiePie. Nazi rumors. Oh my god, my throat. Nintendo Switch unboxing. The Spawn TV show, Disney casting, and much, much more.
Absolutely. And of course, we're going to get our show, though, with geek news. And in geek news this week, we're going to start off with...
Let's see. Disney's Maker Studios has dropped the YouTube celebrity Felix Kagenberg, known as PewDiePie, because of the videos with his anti-Semitic content. The Wall Street Journal found 9 videos posted since August with anti-Semitic messages or Nazi imagery. Kielberg said that the content was meant to be joking and that it was not supporting any kind of hateful attitudes, admitting the videos in question were ultimately offensive. YouTube also canceled the second season of the YouTube Red series, Scare PewDiePie, and removed Hilberg from the Google Preferred Advertising Program.
Yeah. Apparently, PewDiePie made $15 million last year in advertising revenue, various sponsorships, and, of course, deals with Google, Maker Studio, and YouTube. So I think he's doing pretty well. I think he could retire at this point. He's still making videos on YouTube. But in his defense, he did post videos on his channels, kind of showing the context for the imagery and for some of the jokes. The one that kind of gets the biggest rise on social media and on the news is one where he paid people using Fiverr, which is a service where you could pay people $5 to do things, to hold up a sign saying, "What is it? All Jews die."
Whoa.
Yeah, and it was basically making the point that you can pay people to do basically anything using the service, because in other countries $5 is a lot of money.
That's true.
So that was kind of his point in doing it that way. But again, he does recognize that it's probably offensive to some people, but he doesn't really care, in my opinion, from what the responses I've seen.
Once you make certain dollar amount, really, unless you want to make a certain statement or whatever, yeah, it really doesn't matter anymore. Once that check clears, I think you're good.
Yeah, no, he's definitely doing good. I think it's interesting though that there is fallout from he's probably one of the biggest YouTube stars of his generation. I mean, $15 million bucks. I'd say he's doing pretty well. So it's interesting that he's being held accountable in mainstream media for something he does for social media, essentially.
I never followed him though.
No, we're definitely outside of his age range.
Oh yeah,
because it's usually at the teen audience, maybe young and a lot younger,
preteens or whatnot. Yeah, because I've seen the only quasi celebrity related thing to him. I think he was actually on an episode of South Park.
Couple episodes actually, yeah.
Yeah, as PewDiePie, as pretty much as himself, if you will. Just showing how, as you get older, you can't relate to the things of the times and whatever, and he just happened to be one of those celebrity icons of that era.
No, he's so popular at the end. I think he was like, "Oh, thanks people from South Park for showing up on my show," and like he was a guest on his YouTube stream.
So,
but hey, it's a thing. It happened. But I think he's gonna be okay. Okay, on to some more tech news. That Nintendo Switch is coming out on March the 3rd, I believe, of next month. But one guy did not have to wait. The Nintendo Switch user NeoGaf, user Hip Hop the Other Robot, received his Nintendo Switch prior to the release after the retailer he ordered from accidentally shipped it to him 2 weeks early. After posting the photos on NeoGaf, the YouTube channel Fluco asked him to make an unboxing video to show off the Nintendo Switch. He did, and of course it kind of blew up on the internet. After the unboxing event went viral, Nintendo actually released a statement saying that this console was actually part of a shipment that was stolen from a warehouse in the United States. So he got stolen goods. And then they sent him a letter. and he actually returned the Nintendo Switch
Boo.
to Nintendo. Boo! What? I mean, he got stolen items. I mean,
Well, that's the thing. Things fall off a truck all the time. But the way it literally got delivered to him, so it wasn't like blame your shipping company or whoever, like send it to me. I'm like, it'd be different if he bought it off the street, kind of deal. But
I'm sure they might have probably reimbursed him, but they don't want to go, flown out there before actual release date. I mean, from their point of view, it's he got an early model, or he got some stolen goods. I mean, that's prosecutable.
It's true, and it's only been a couple of weeks. And my thing would have been the big red flag is, of course, him plugging it in, turning it on, and you know how with any kind of gaming console, you had to do the whole setup.
Yeah, it totally worked. I mean,
of course, it would have been traced. Like, how come we got a system up and running and we haven't?
They found out. Oh, it's legitimate. It was a legitimate system. It's just it got stolen and sold off for probably more money than was initially sold for. It's a very high demand item. Yeah. I've been checking Amazon on a daily basis trying to find my own, but
everywhere that I know, GameStop, Target, Walmart, all the pre-orders are sold out.
Yep. So, like they'll get. I mean, I'm sure they'll have more after the initial launch on March the 3rd, but for right now, it's going to be a hot item. So this stuff is going to happen. So it's no big brainer that somebody stole a bunch and sold them on the black market.
Oh yeah. Because right now, even the what was the NES Classic one, the little mini console one, that's still sold out. I haven't seen one been stocked up in who knows how long.
Yep, comes up, everyone buys it, and then it goes away again. So that's going to be kind of the thing for this Nintendo Switch, just because it's new, it's pretty. It's also a handheld. I think a lot of people are buying it more for the handheld portion of it than like the console portion, since it's not as powerful as than PS4 or the Xbox One. Right now, I know that's what I'm going for.
Right now, it's taking its time to come out because I feel it would have been a whole different story, a lot more involvement, a lot more news related to it if it was either pre E3 or at least post, or pre-holiday season, because that's when a lot of people were, diving all over.
Yes, no, this is a March release though, so yeah. There you go. Okay, on to some more entertainment game news.
Yeah, this week Pokemon Go added more than 80 new Johto Pokemon from 1990s Pokemon Gold and Silver games. They will also be discoverable in the wild. There will also be new evolution items, new types of berries, new avatar items, and something called encounter gameplay.
Yep. So if you're still playing Pokemon Go, which are fewer and fewer people, I think more people are jumping in for every kind of update release or special holiday thing going. This is kind of exciting. Some Pokemon Go players who are still trying to catch them all, and they're really excited for 80 new Pokemon to come in. I'm still looking forward to some other features that are apparently in the works for the Niantic company who makes the product, like player battles, playing other people, better gym battles, trading. Those are the three top things that are still being most requested by the players. And Niantic has made a statement saying those are all things in the works, just that they've been delayed because it was such a huge. It's a much bigger release and more popular than they initially thought it was going to be. So they had to deal with the extra server stuff. But it's stuff that they plan to put out. And once it does, I'll probably jump in just to see how it works.
Again. Oh, yeah. The biggest thing was, of course, those very few people that did the completion of actually getting all the original Pokemon. Yep. And some of those, I don't know if it was a glitch thing or an error on the makers of some fans, if you will, got access or somehow got some of the legendary creatures, which I guess, once again, were or were not supposed to be released. But they found them out and they got them.
No, it's just a matter of getting to the location. Like they basically geo-spoofed their phones, telling them they were in different geolocations or different spatial coordinates that they actually were in real life, and which allowed them access to those particular places where those legendary items or Pokemon were. So I'm like, okay, that was the way they got. I remember one guy like collecting them all around the world, and then he sold his account for like $10,000 or something. So I'm like, people are willing to buy anything, especially if it's particularly popular at the moment. Some people just have, I think, too much money.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, I would have much rather spent that money on an original Batman or Superman costume.
Oh yeah. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's been playing it for how long has it been out now? Has it been a year yet?
Not a year.
Not a year yet. So like a trend, comes and goes in waves and everything. You just got to keep people interest in it, because like any kind of fad, if you will, because I'm calling it like a fad, unless you're a hardcore diehard Pokemon fan. comes and goes.
Yep, comes and goes. Absolutely. Okay, on to some entertainment news I'm a little more excited about. 20 years after it showed off on movie screens, the universe of Todd McFarlane's Spawn were to get a new lease on life, this time from BBC America, the British Broadcasting Company America division, which is a weird thing to say. The tortured soul from hell that will not be the main character in this television series. It's actually going to be two detectives, Sam and Twitch, who are very human New York police department cops that tangle with the worst side of the supernatural. So this is going to be a supernatural crime drama with Spawn almost as a side or a back character. Now, this is the exciting part, folks. Kevin Smith will be writing, directing, and producing this television series for BBC America. So I think this is really exciting. He's been doing a lot of television directing lately. Supergirl, The Flash. I believe he's done 2 episodes on each one of them, and he's filming another one for Supergirl, I believe, in the next couple weeks, including one with Terry Hatchett when she shows up there as well. So this kind of seems like something he's, more comfortable with now.
In his element now, he's pretty much a fan making fan movies, if you will, or shows. It's gonna be great. I'm not too familiar with the characters, but it's just it's almost like what was it, the R.I.P.D. and Constantine almost kind of feel to it because of the buddy cop.
Well, this is definitely a supernatural thriller or supernatural crime drama, which falls in the wheelhouse of Grimm, of Supernatural, those kind of shows, even like Buffy. To a degree, probably not as campy though, because Spawn has very much a serious, real hellish kind of thing looking on. Hey, Peggy. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, so it's gonna be good. I'm hoping we'll see. I really doubt, since he is writing. I don't know how much of the potty mouth, if you will be allowed.
Well, it's a BBC show, so probably not that much.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious how they're gonna make the adult content, because Spawn is very much an adult comic series. Like the HBO
graphic
series anime was totally graphic, nudity, everything.
The movie itself was good for what it was. Like honestly, I was surprised that they got John Leguizamo. I don't know how he did it. If it was,
I think he did a good job in that role. He's one of my favorite characters in the Spawn movie.
I don't know if he was a contortionist or he just literally was walking on his knees or something, but he managed to pull off from a regular foot guy to like a semi little guy with donning the clown makeup.
Yep. So I'm kind of curious to see how much is this going to be special effects, all that good stuff. Well, I almost feel like it's going to be more like Batman than Spawn.
Yeah.
Just with maybe more blood.
Yeah.
You never know. But something to look forward to in the future. Okay, on to our next story.
Yeah, Batman-related news. The hunt for a new director for the Batman continues as Matt Reeves from Cloverfield, Dawn of Planet of the Apes, and The War for the Planet of the Apes has reportedly exited negotiations with Warner Brothers a week after they began. So, Affleck's not going to do it.
He dropped the directing role. He said, I'm just going to be Batman. I'm not going to direct Batman. That way they can't blame me if it sucks.
Exactly. Yep. Kind of a smart move.
It's a choice.
Okay, of course.
I mean, he's a good director now at this point. I mean, he's done Fargo. He's not Fargo.
He's an
Oscar-winning director. He's done plenty of good stuff. So I think he could handle it, but maybe he decided it's not worth the Daredevil risk. He's not as much of a Daredevil as he thought he was going to be.
Yeah. That was kind of like the part that I was wondering. There's even talks about him even of not even being Batman. It was just a big maybe.
No, he's definitely probably slotted in that role. I mean, at least this, all the Justice League movies, the Wonder Woman one. I mean, it's too big of a franchise at this point to like turn down all that DC money.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because there was so much hype for it. Remember when they showed that teaser of supposedly was it Joe Magla, whatever is going to be Deathstroke. I remember what you mean.
So
I want it to happen. I want to check it out. It's just a matter of whose vision.
Yeah, I hope this doesn't land in like the DC limbo, like the Flash is currently. They don't have a director for that one either, and so even though they have the actor, they sort of have a script. They don't have a director to make the darn thing. And I hope that doesn't happen with this Batman solo movie, because it can very much be a very good detective story. It doesn't have to be all superheroed up the same way that Superman does or Wonder Woman does, where it's about superpowers and super beings. This can just be a straight detective film noir even, and still be very entertaining. It doesn't have to go super.
You know, I wouldn't consider him a traitor, but I would love to see his aspect, his vision. Jon Favreau directed.
Oh, because
Batman
he's doing
movie?
DC instead of Marvel?
No, because Jon Favreau is Marvel.
I know. You're saying he'd be a traitor because he's directing DC.
Yeah, and this is...
That's like the same thing saying he's directing Disney movies. I mean, what does it matter?
Not really. But that's the thing. This is a total opportunity for any semi-upcoming directors.
Yeah.
Don't give
but a lot of people are just afraid, like, oh, am I going to make this suck the same way after, like, Batman 3?
Just don't give it to Bryan Singer.
You know,
don't give it to M. Night Shyamalan.
I would rather see an M. Night Shyamalan one.
M. Night Shyamalan Batman?
Yeah. I mean, he does those weird, quirky twist movies. So Batman kind of plays into that kind of, mysterious detective, movie. I think that would actually work well. But that's just me.
Yeah.
So there you go. Those are the entertainment rumors. We have some more. We're going with, apparently, Warner Brothers is shopping around for director for the sequel to Suicide Squad. And guess who they've approached? Mel Gibson. Yep. That guy who made those rants, the racist. He's kind of in movie jail. Apparently it's cool for him to direct some stuff. He had a pretty decent release, Hacksaw Ridge. Recently he's done, what was it, that Christ movie? Passion of the Christ. Mm-hmm. So directing apparently is cool with some people, but seeing him in actual movies, not so much. But they're in actual negotiations. It was originally a rumor, but it has been confirmed. He's doing a Q&A for Hacksaw Ridge. And he actually confirmed, he's actually talking to them in early stage of negotiations to be the director for Suicide Squad 2. Now my question for you is, does his political and racial bents, would they prevent you from seeing Suicide Squad 2?
Oh, hell no. No, I would totally watch it. Mr. Sugar Tits, man, he's a character himself. Obviously, so I wouldn't mind him being a member of the Suicide Squad, period, much less than directing the Suicide Squad.
Well, it's one of those things. I personally, it's hard for me to now differentiate his personal life with his acting stuff, just because I see the same face and I have the same emotional connection to him. And so I haven't seen anything he's done since those things occurred. Like nothing he's directed, nothing he's filmed. And been in. I even have a hard time watching older stuff like Lethal Weapon because I see his face. I'm like, oh, okay. Even though it looks like a lot younger than him, it's still kind of him. So I'm a little iffy even on those things. But I'm not the only one who feels this way. I mean, a lot of people online were like, oh, the racist, misogynist is going to direct Suicide Squad, especially when it's about, empowerment for a lot of the underclass civilian people. So some people have an issue with it.
Some people will be like those half that voted for President Trump. So the line's divided. There's going to be people that are going to be pro Mel Gibson. Some people are going to be totally anti Mel Gibson. The same thing with Donald Trump becoming the president of the United States. People are, that half of the world wanted him and the other half didn't want him. It's just a matter of majority rules.
That, I guess, is technically true. I think they're slightly different important scales. I mean, he's just a movie Joe. He's not an actual Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the similarities that you're saying.
But he's all right.
Yeah, okay. That's a totally valid point.
Yeah, if it's all about just...
But me, I'm honest, I'm not sure if I would see the movie. I might pirate it. But I would. I probably don't. Think
I wouldn't pay
for it,
money to go see his film.
Yeah.
But honestly, I was even surprised that he did those movies like Passion of Christ I saw, which I thought was really good. What really got my attention, of course, just because of the things that I could relate to, was Apocalypto. Apocalypto was amazing. So to see what he...
Oh yeah, no one doubts his abilities. Mm-hmm. It's more along like, can they separate his personal statements and life choices from his professional life?
Yeah.
And for some people can't, and some people can. So some people feel like if I support his work, then I'm supporting him, and I don't agree with who he's choosing to be at this point. That's like their point of view. So I don't get that, and everyone gets it as make their vote with their dollars, and that's the ultimate way of voting whether you want to support somebody or not.
I think he's crossing that line. You know, when you get to a certain age, especially when you're an old guy.
Oh, he gets to be old racist guy now?
Yeah, pretty much. You cross that line. You're just like, I'm old. I got money. I don't give a fuck anymore. It's like whatever. You hate me or love me, whatever. The check's cleared. I'm paid. I'm set for
I
life.
think he stopped caring like a while ago.
Exactly. So unless he has a crazy gambling debt or whatever, and he's desperate for money.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's Nicolas Caging it.
Yeah, no. He's good. He's fine.
Okay, well, that's right. Okay, on to our next entertainment story.
Another old person, Angela Lansbury, who starred in the number of Disney films over her long career, has just joined the cast of Rob Marshall's sequel to Mary Poppins Returns, which is filming at Shepperton Studios. She will portray the Balloon Lady. The film is scheduled for release Christmas Day 2018.
Yep, so not that far away. I'm only about a year from 2 years maybe, because it just turned 2017. But yeah, I was really surprised they didn't renegotiate her contract for the Beauty and the Beast voice for the teacup or for the singing parts. I'm like, she's still active. She's still very coherent. Mm-hmm. I guess she thought the same thing. I was like, hey, Disney, I'm still here. And so they're putting her back in Mary Poppins. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm happy to see that she's still working and alive. I hope she makes it till 2018.
Nowadays, things happen. So I'm fine with her being that. Yeah, it would have been amazing to have her as Mrs. Potts and whatnot. I don't know. I would have liked to see. It wasn't that big of a fan base for it, but I wouldn't mind seeing a reboot, if not a remake or a whatever, of Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Yes, I that is a very specific time frame for Disney where they're willing to take more risks in their animated department. Mm-hmm. Like Bedknobs and Broomsticks. There's also some really dark, like fully animated stuff. With the Black Cauldron is another one of those like really dark Disney pictures of the time frame where they're just willing to be more risky, and then they're like, "Oh, we have our formula. We're going to stick to it because this makes us the most money," and they left a lot of stuff behind.
Well, remember, we're still waiting on supposedly Mr. Tim Burton directing Dumbo.
Yes, that's still going to be a thing.
Yeah,
live action Dumbo, folks.
Yeah, we'll see
okay.
How that works.
Now, speaking of some other casting in Disney World, we have the Disney reboot for The Lion King. You remember that thing? Jon Favreau's directing it, the guy we were just talking about, the director for the original Iron Man. He also directed The Jungle Book, which is a live remake of that movie.
Which was amazing.
Which was pretty good, yeah. Didn't have as much singing as I wanted, but, whatever. But they've announced that they have cast the voices for the two main characters, Simba and Mufasa. Simba will be voiced by Donald Glover from Community, the Han Solo movie as Lando Calrissian, and Spider-Man: Homecoming. James Earl Jones will actually return as the voice of Mufasa. So
that's awesome.
Like I said, that's why I was surprised that if they needed James Earl Jones again for Mufasa, why couldn't they have gotten Mrs. Potts? That's just my 2 cents, of course. Yeah. But this is kind of cool. I like returning voices because he's such a distinctive, comforting, deep voice. I'm surprised he doesn't do more voice acting.
Yeah, nothing.
Especially like his older age where he can't do more acting.
Oh yeah, honestly, I would have thought worst case scenario, if they didn't get Mr. James Earl Jones, they would have got Mr.
Samuel L. Jackson.
That would have been amazing. No, I was gonna say God himself. What's his name?
Morgan Freeman.
There you go.
Yep.
But that would have just been. It'd be interesting. Because
that wouldn't be too bad. I think I would have liked Samuel L. Jackson. These mother effing ideas off of my mother effing planes.
Oh, make him Scar then.
Yeah.
Oh, Scar would have been amazing as played by.
They haven't cast it yet. You don't know that they're not going to get him at some point. I think Samuel L. Jackson would appreciate. He likes the paycheck.
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson is one of those actors like, I'll do whatever. Make me the villain. Make me the hero. Just make sure you pay me.
Yeah, I think with Donald Glover, obviously because of his age and whatnot, unless he could bust out a little kid voice, he's going to be obviously the grown Simba. Most likely they'll have a little kid.
I think he can actually do the kid voice.
Can he?
He's done like a kid voice before. I think he was going to be the
Miles
Morales Spider-Man, which is going to very much a teen voice. He has that higher register.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see.
We'll see. Well, other than in Community, and he had a very brief singing roles in Community. I don't know if he has the pipes though.
I'd assume he does if he's in the role. I mean, even as like older Simba, he has to do Kuna Matata.
That one's pretty basic, but I'm like, I'm thinking I can't wait to be the king. Yeah.
For the rest of your days, we can afford the rest of the song
Exactly.
because we're poor podcasters. Hakuna Matata. Okay. Next entertainment news.
Yeah, a new rumor from what has previously been a reliable source indicates that Marvel may finally be moving forward with a live-action adaptation of one of their oldest properties, Namor, the Submariner. The rumor comes from the Newsreel Hawaii Twitter feed, which was the source of the news that Marvel Television would film the Inhumans on a newly produced naval base in Kalaleoa, Hawaii. According to the feed, Marvel will also be looking to use the location, which is referring to Marvel Studios Oahu, for an as yet unannounced Submariner film.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. I like this idea of the Submariner. If they're going to do an Aquaman movie over at Marvel, why can't they do Submariner at DC? It kind of seems to be the tit for tat kind of thing between DC and Marvel. Marvel does something cool, DC has to copy it, or vice versa. It's been that way since the time of comics immemorial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only thing is Marvel, even though they got their semi version of a Superman 2, nobody cares. Nobody cares about that guy. But Namor always was an interesting character, especially.
Yeah, he was never as popular as Aquaman.
Yeah, but the thing is, of course, because of the legalities, the licensing and whatnot, I don't know. I don't think they're going to refer him as a mutant as they do him in the comic books.
I never thought of him as a mutant. I thought of him as almost an Atlantean.
Yeah, because he's in evolved form on it.
Yeah.
I just want to know
if they're tying him to the Inhuman franchise, though, that could be a way to do it.
The main thing with me that I want to see, I don't care which version of Namor they do. Him with pants, him with the little Speedo, him with that weird kind of flat top kind of hairstyle. I just want to know if they're going to give him those little wings on his ankles.
The Hermes wings.
Yeah.
Which totally never made sense underwater.
Underwater,
I'm
exactly.
Like, wait.
He can fly, but he's underwater.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
They still wanted to differentiate him enough so that it's legally, he's not Aquaman, basically. So I'm like, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
Or maybe he came first. I don't actually know who came first, Aquaman or Namor. Internets, if you have that answer, you can send that information to feedback at geekbytespodcast.com.
Yeah.
Thank you in advance. Okay, last story of the show. If you've ever, this is a Star Wars Jar Jar Binks ending here. If you ever wonder what happened to Jar Jar Binks after Star Wars Episode 3, now we have the answer. From the official novelization of Star Wars Aftermath trilogy by Chuck Wendig, the book's called Empire's End. It finally reveals Jar Jar's fate. Now, it's set in the years after Return of the Jedi. The Aftermath trilogy has shown the state of the New Republic and the Empire in its main arc, and interludes take place throughout that galaxy. Now, one of these interludes ends at Naboo, which is where Jar Jar's from. Now, on the streets of Naboo, a kid encounters a clown. That's right, folks, an actual clown. And he identifies himself as Jar Jar. He says, Misa Jar Jar. He tells the orphan. He talks about not being wanted either, and references that Jar Jar making some old mistakens. Those are his lines from the book, folks. Don't get mad at me. I don't write this stuff. And remember, though, that Jar Jar was the one he was an actual senator for Naboo. And he's the one who gave Senator Palpatine the emergency war powers that led him to becoming the Emperor. So, yeah, I'd say he's a making some mistakes. I always feel like Jar Jar was like a bad Italian stereotype in the way that he talked. Like he's like Mario, like only extended language.
Yeah, it's the accent on him. My
Misa Jar Jar.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Honestly, I would have just gone with the route of episode, which would be 7, and just say his homeworld Naboo just would have been one of the planets that Kylo Ren blew up with that new Death Star. I would have accepted that. We not only did we just kill Jar Jar, we killed his whole race and everything, so no chance of them ever coming back.
That would have been, except that he's related to the people of Naboo. Kylo Ren.
That's right.
Yeah, remember, like Luke and Leia's mom? So that would be his grandmother. Mm-hmm. Grandmother's home planet. Yeah. I mean, I guess if he's trying to cut ties with everything, but I mean, that would have been a very interesting way to kind of end that storyline. But he may come back later. I kind of see him as maybe somebody comes through as a kid's character, which is what he was originally created to be. to create a very kid-friendly, goofy sidekick character. You know, the same way the Ewoks were created that way. He's very much the prequel Ewoks.
That's true.
Yeah. But now, you know, he actually becomes a clown on Naboo, and it makes people happy in a way that he never could as a senator, you know, destroying essentially the Republic. So there you go, folks. That's it for the show. Really, not that long, not that much entertainment stuff happened this week. A few other tech stories that weren't that interesting to me.
Things that are happening right
which is
now,
fine. It's a short week. We're okay with that.
All that we could talk about is, like, right now it's happening. There's, of course, cons here and there. There's one in San Diego that a couple friends are attending.
San Diego Comic-Con. Jimmy Sullivan's there doing his artwork. Yeah.
Toy Fair's happening. I think it's in New York.
Yep.
So
if you look online, there's some reveals for, like, Star-Lord's dad from Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Transformers movie.
Yep.
A couple of new releases, you know, especially if you're that exclusive kind of guy, want to see what's coming out, the new Marvel Legends things that are coming out.
You get a ton of spoilers if you look at the Toy Fair right now for upcoming movies, because they have to put them out months and months early before the movies actually come out, so you can get some really spoilery stuff, which one, you know, is just fine.
Yeah, and it's still just a couple weeks until Logan.
Yep.
Logan comes out.
Looking forward to that. Heard really good things about it.
Yeah, so far good reviews. They're I don't know if you've been catching the trailers, but they're showing more and more and more.
Very much. I've been avoiding them, actually, because I don't want to be spoiled.
I know it's kind of it's happening, but we'll see. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. It's just a matter of when I get to watch it, but I'm gonna watch it.
Very much so. That's it for the show, folks. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support the podcast in any way whatsoever, sharing it on the social media, giving us some likes, all that's very welcome. We find all the ways to do so at
geekbytespodcast.com/support.
There you go. That's us. For this week, I'm Ramon Mejia.
I'm Edgardo Acosta.
And remember, folks, until we can see you again, remember to go geek out about something.